Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Back Cash. My name is Sid. We got Zach, we got Will, we got Zildjian, that kitty cat. Oh, don't act shy now.
We got another furry friend.
Huh?
Zach got one.
Oh, I got
Zach,
two.
Yeah, he's got, yeah.
I've got two furry friends for the week. Special guest appearances.
Yeah, it's a special pet episode. We're going to hear what their thoughts were about the Color Guard World Championships.
Okay, now you have to go somewhere. Go lay down. I love you, bye.
Now get out of my face.
It's like, and I love you, but you got to go.
Yep.
But yeah, everybody good? We doing well?
We're making it.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'll be glad when about 9:30 Friday night gets here.
I'll be good when like 2:30 on Friday afternoon gets here.
I bet. I bet. Weeks are coming down to the end of school, trying to get out of here. I heard these kids. My kids been all right. They've been good. Middle school kids are playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Going way better. Like this is some hard stuff that I typically don't do. And I was like, well, it's the last concert. I just want to see what happens. And they are handling things way better than I expected. I was just like, what is going on here?
That's good.
So they'll rise to the challenge if they don't know it's a challenge.
You're right. You're right. A lot of them are practicing home. I can tell because they'll come in playing something that we hadn't gone over yet. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Who gave you that?
what is this? I'm not used to this. Is this what it feels like to be teaching at Avon? I don't know.
Oh. Listen.
In case she watches this, we met a lovely lady. She popped in at the very end, towards the end of our stream, our watch party. Shout out to everybody who came by and hung out with us for that. That was pretty cool.
For sure.
It did not feel like 5 hours.
Nah.
It did not. And that was because one, all the shows were fantastic. One,
Mm-hmm.
and two, we good interaction with the chat. So shout out to everybody who hung out with us on the watch party. Made it fun, made it worth it, and all that good stuff. But we met this lady. She was a band mom from Avon.
Yeah.
And got to talk to her. Her kid's a senior, and I think he does percussion. I think they did Percussion and Winds or something. But I think
I felt like she said something about wins.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah. But got to talk to her, got to meet her. So shout out to her. If you're watching, if you see me at Dayton, holla at your boy. I'll be the one with less hair, hopefully. I'm trying to make her cut tomorrow.
Man, I need one.
I'm gonna be taking pictures. People are gonna be taking pictures of me. I need to at least look like a decent human being.
See?
That is definitely a thing. So, well, let us not tarry too long. Color Guard Championships occurred this past weekend, and it was truly, truly, truly a treat to watch. Everything going down, a lot of fantastic groups. We're going to kind of run through these scores really quickly as we go through these and congratulate our champions. Starting in Independent A. In Independent A, your gold medalist is Georgia State University, 95.7. Nora Independent was second with a 93.71, and Les Eclipse at a La Canada. That's how you say Canadian or whatever, but here it is. With the bronze medal with a 92.960. So, congrats to those guys. Very, very good class. Everybody scored in the 80s. So, good for all of those groups. In Scholastic A, you had Arlington High School out of New York winning with a 97.995. Great score. for Scholastic A group. Awesome. In second place, Lockport Township, 96.21. They had the top seed going in, but those seeds are kind of crazy. You just never know how it's going to go. And in third springs, Holly Springs High School with a 95.5, just edging out Amador Valley High School. They have a 95.2. Shout out to Lafayette High School out of Kentucky.
Word.
Finishing 10th, breaking the 90 mark. So shout
That's
out.
Hard, man.
It is.
Man, we keep talking about it. All these A class, y'all know how many rounds the A class had? Listen,
75.
And to make finals and make this top 20 and then be in the middle, like literally dead middle, and finish the season with a 90, get out of here.
Yeah. You can't ask too much more for that. So
no.
Congratulations to the A class groups on their excellent performance and excellent season. I'm very, very proud of all of you guys. Even though I don't know you guys personally, I'm still proud of you. All right, moving on to open class. In Scholastic Open, Ayala High School wins. Wins the Scholastic Open class, 95.6. Followed second place by Centerville High School, 94.550. And closest behind them with the bronze is American Fork High School with a 94.350. Lots of BOA names in the open class. You know, Centerville, American Fork, Marcus, Northmount. Stoneman Doug. Sorry, not Stoneman Doug. Douglas Bennett.
Thomas Bennett.
Dartmouth. Like, so all these guys. Go ahead.
I believe my prediction was correct with our 15th place open class guard.
Was that your prediction?
I'm pretty sure I said they were going to make finals.
Yeah, you did.
I know you said that. I thought it was higher. I thought you said they were going to finish like second or something.
No.
Shout out to Palm Desert Charter Middle School.
Ridiculous.
How about it?
Let me say that again. Middle school. Making open class. Let me say that again. Open class finals.
And like they weren't just like, we're happy to be here 15th in all captions. Like they got some 11s and 12s up in there.
So congrats to those guys. That's pretty awesome. And I mean, just reading off those names, you can tell open class Scholastic was stacked. So kudos to those guys for doing that. That's a huge accomplishment. And let's not to mention, you took middle school kids across the country. Not down the road, not a 2-hour drive down the road on the charter bus. You took them across the country, and they were still able to keep them with their wits about themselves enough to compete in 3 rounds. I think they competed in 3 rounds and make finals in open class. That is astonishing. Absolutely astonishing.
Literally.
So, kudos to you guys for that and your staff. That's amazing. That is truly amazing. So, all right. In Independent Open, your gold medalist was Georgia, just the whole state. Everybody. But now they win with a 95.450. Altamaria Winterguard was the silver medalist. Shout out SEGC, 94.15. And Menage.
Not to be confused with Collage right underneath them.
Yeah, you got Menage and Collage. And they were really close in score, too. 92.65 and 92.25. But Menage takes the bronze medal in independent open class. And you got a lot of open feeders, Origins, Tampa Independent that did well as well. Pegasus Open. So a lot of really, really, really good things happening in that division too. Go ahead.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Allegiance. I really like your show. You guys are awesome.
Shout out to Allegiance.
And I voted for you for fan favorite.
Was Elon open class too? They did the Six show, and I really enjoyed.
Like the King Henry VIII musical 6.
Like I like that show. I was like, this is good. I like this. But I couldn't remember what class they were in. Trying to find real quick because I think they were open. If they're open, shout out to those guys too. Because I was impressed, and I was hoping they would move on, but they did not. I think that was one of those shows where, and we kind of talk about this a little bit. Sometimes it's just cool to have a fun show, and just to get people interested and involved in what you're doing. They were in open class. They were knifing around, but just to get people enjoying what you're doing, and
because that's the hard thing about it. Because we did talk about this, and we'll probably mention this over and over and over all the time. But there's always going to be a show or something that you're just going to love, and you're going to be attached to it, and blah blah, and you're going to want so much success for it or whatever. And a lot of people, what you got to understand is you got to know how to separate how the system works from your own personal feelings towards someone's show. Basically.
Yeah.
So if you've got a show that you feel should be in the top 5, but is not, and you just can't figure it out, you have to look at those top 5s. What are they doing? So, and then we talk a lot back and forth about shows that are memorable, and then shows that are just, good in general, because I'm not going to say no one follows the sheets or nobody is trying to at least adhere to the criteria of the activity itself. But, some groups do lean more on that storytelling side or entertainment side in general. And then you might get those ones that are at the top, and it's just a show. Yeah. What else can you say about it?
Yeah.
Sometimes the show just pops, man, and it just does. It does what it needs to do, and it's the right year for it to happen for it just to pop.
And I'll try, as we go along here in a second, I'll try to make an example out of it once we get to the next class.
Okay. All right. Speaking of the next class, we're going to go independent first, and there's a reason why we're going to go independent world first. So your gold medalist, a little bit of some newness at the top, I feel like. Fusion Winter Guard wins the independent world class by a nice little margin there, 1.8 points. So Fusion taking the gold. Very, very great storytelling from that show. And I was really enamored with the bodywork, the dance that they were doing.
I mean, from the jump, when they all put their hands up, and it's like the same person just carbon copied, like y'all are dumb.
Yeah. They, with that, that guy commanded attention.
Yeah.
He just made you watch, and it was really like everything that he was doing, he was causing everybody else to do. It was really, really good. So I was, because when I heard the title, I was like, okay, how are they gonna do this? What is this gonna look like? And very, very impressed with how they did.
Their track was cool too.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't even talk about folks.
Trying to say Will could spend the whole hour.
This would be a whole nother
talking about everybody's soundtrack. But it's so important.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so important. And we could talk about this a little bit later after we talk about finish talking about them. But just the design elements and how they all fall into place and how it works.
But yeah,
Go ahead.
this goes along with the idea I was talking about. You know, understanding the difference between those top groups and then your favorite group. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, we should honorably mention Amp Winterguard, you know, and for their whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they've been my favorite show for the second year in a row now. And you know, when you have groups like that, and for me, the amp that wasn't there was Vox Artium. Wait, Artium. I always say that weird. But Vox show, if you haven't seen it, see it. I think you could get the same kind of vibes just seeing it on YouTube probably. But you know, the whole theatrics of that whole show in general, and then you compare something like that to, let's say, Blessed Sack. Basically, Blessed Sack, I mean, you got a floor out there that's pretty much a grid, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at what they did on that floor, and you wonder, how is something like that beating Vox? There, and that's why Blessed is in top 5 and Vox wasn't. There are certain elements that they do or they were doing that the execution level was just higher than what Vox is doing. But it doesn't take away from the entertainment standpoint, even if Vox's show is more entertaining. So it's so hard to describe and so hard to explain, because when you get so involved and so energetic, you're so invested in a show like you see with Vox, and then you turn around and see Blessed, and you're just like, man, I just don't get it. And that's like, that's what we're trying to tell a lot of people who don't understand that idea.
Yeah. Yeah, because Vox Artium won fan favorite. They were the fan favorite. That was voted on them for Martian. And you can dig into the recaps if you really want to. A2 was second with their show. It was a really nice show. And then Blessed Sacrament, I kind of liked it. I liked the grid. I like how they went in and out of chaos with the music selection of Bernstein. I thought that was super clever. Being a music nerd, I kind of really appreciated that. But man, a lot of really good shows. Origins had a really interesting show. I was really like Juxtaposition. I just wonder if the hype wore off from the beginning of the season, because they were hot. They were.
I say it was a bad run. I called them and another group where both of their runs were nowhere close to what I saw in semis and prelims. And I seen it, and I was like, this ain't gonna get it. And while they are professional, they continued the show, and they put out as much energy and whatever they could for that moment and whatever, which shows true professionalism. But at the overall, I started looking, I was like, they're gonna get them for this. And I was like, I know they're gonna get them for this, because this just ain't it. And it was just that run. And sometimes it sucks, because when you have that run when it has to matter the most, but they always tell you can't wait for the biggest run to try to do your best. Yeah. So, but no slack on that show, because that show we've all been saying, is like, man, it's the best pre-show and all pre-shows that I've ever seen in my life.
It was super cool. It was super cool. So did Paramount, were they the one that had something slide off the floor?
I believe so.
That cost them a medal if it was.
I didn't see it. Did they get a penalty for it?
Yes, they did.
They sure did, and I said it.
They were tied for third.
Because I said it on when we did our live stream or our watch party. I had said something about it, and I had said, I was like, man, that rifle went straight across the line, dead up front, and I was like, man, I feel like they're gonna get them for that, and I guess they did.
So how do they break a tie in the guard world?
They
What does
don't.
it come down to?
Mm-mm.
They
They don't
don't.
break one?
Nope.
Wow.
They do not break them.
Hmm.
Rough.
So if they were the ones that had that rifle go over the line, they got a 10th of a point penalty, and they were tied for third,
Mm-hmm.
and that bumped them down to fourth. If that's the
Crazy.
reason. Oh my God.
Crazy.
That's brutal.
It's tough.
Not that way, man.
Because I feel like some of their show was shaky, but I knew when I had seen it, and I was like, oh, that could get it. Because I can't remember if it was a guy or not, but the person, sometimes you can see performers notice something out of place or not right, and they may deviate a little bit from what they can to grab it. And when I seen it slide, and not one motion was to go get it, I was like, oh God. And it just lay there. So I'm wondering if they had got it, would it have changed?
Well, I think it's a bigger penalty if you, as a performer, go over the line.
Go over it. See, I don't know.
Because I've gotten to where I will back my front ensemble up
On
just in
purpose.
case a mallet or something
On purpose.
flies.
It's how it is now. Whew. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I didn't know. Man, that sucks, man. 10th of a point penalty for meddling. That's sickening. So, we're kind of rounding out stuff. So I got 30 tabs open right now. Kind of rounding out things. So Blessed Sacrament was bronze, Paramount was 4th, Fantasia 5th, Origin 6th. We talked about Voxarnium. Onyx 10th. I'll be interested to know if that's one of their lowest finishes.
To be honest, I don't think so.
And I like the show. I really like the show. One note, no.
I feel something. I don't want to call that. I was going to try to make a comparison, like how we used to see groups like Cinegrove and them in Perk, how they used to be the ones running. Or let me do this: DCI, right? Back in the day, who was the top 3 or 5 back then? You know, you had Cadets, Cavaliers, right?
Yeah.
And then now look what happened. So
this is changing of the guard.
Kinda.
No pun intended.
Kinda.
Get out.
Because you think about it, it's like, look, the groups that used to still be in it, like hell, SEV was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Back when Amachi was still coming down. Pride was still doing what Pride does back in and out. Camaris.
Yeah.
Drawing a little blank here, but and then they start driving their way up to the top. So I don't expect them to stay there though.
Yeah,
but
they'll get back.
But it's just like we said in indoor and drum corps. It's like with Blue Coast and with Crown. It's like, man, when you start letting these other groups get a little taste.
Oh yeah, once you get up there,
you gonna make it difficult for yourself. And they done jacked around and let Etude get up in there. Okay.
I liked that show.
Yeah. Oh, don't trip. They spun. Cause me afterwards, me said talked on the thing again. I really thoroughly enjoy Origin Show. That's some of the most creative stuff, man.
Yeah.
Confined.
Yeah, it was cool.
These guys, bro.
I just like that aesthetic, that modern aesthetic. I think that's why I just like Blessed Sacrament, because it's very point blank. Onyx, very point blank. I'm a very logically math-minded type of guy, so I like things that kind of mimic that. But yeah. All right. In Scholastic World, in bronze, we're gonna go reverse order for this.
And even go in order, yes.
The bronze medalist was the Woodlands with a 94.850. Very, very cool show. I really like their show.
Yeah.
And even more like Arcadia, which was the silver medalist.
Oh, that show,
with a little bit of a gap, 96.7, so almost 2 points between bronze and silver. And then you had Avon.
Get out the class.
I really think that somebody had thought that, they had already started Independent World, and, didn't really know what was going on. But Avon High School wins the gold in Scholastic World with a world record of a 99.35.
Do you have any idea how hard that's going to be by even Avon themselves?
That's never going to get beat.
Because you look back and you think, okay, how hard was it for BD to beat their own score because couldn't nobody else do it? It's like what are we doing?
Here's what I will say. Avon needs to thank Arcadia for being freaking amazing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what needs to happen.
Because a lot of people don't seem to understand. For you to get there, others have to be comparable to a high extent. Because you got some folks right now thinking Pulse is going to bust some 99s and stuff this year in indoor for drumline coming up. I was like, hell, they ain't finna bust nothing if the rest of the class ain't doing it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that here in a second.
Because to me, because you got to think about it, these scores wasn't tapping like this for the longest. Because it was Karma and Avon for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually want to think Tarpon was a little bit over Woodlands. And they were actually probably sitting third for the longest. And then everything just got shook up. Because Fisher's was actually a little bit higher. But all this got shook up. Yeah. And I keep telling folks, I was like, don't let what happens in prelims, semis, and all that stuff fool you. Because it's the same thing. Like you see it in DCI sometimes.
Yeah.
But
well, here's the thing. When you get to World Championships, you don't know because nobody has seen each other.
That part.
Like you're comparing against groups in your area, but those gaps got to be filled.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, and if you have like a low, say you have a circuit that tends to low ball, people might be like, well, I knew they were good. I didn't know they were that good. Well, yeah, because the circuit numbers weren't matching up, compared to everybody else in the country.
And it's hard, and you probably shouldn't compare your circuit number to the WGI number.
No.
Because you got a lot of people still trying to do that.
Yeah. It's hard to do even when your circuit is hiring WGI level judges.
Yes.
It's they may be told by the contest coordinator, hey, it's the last week. Whatever you would have give them 5 points more, or gives them 10 points more. Like, let's make sure everybody feels good when they leave here. Or you go to a circuit where they're like, hey, this group's in this circuit, so let's keep the numbers down. That way we have somewhere to put, this group. Sometimes those conversations are had just to make the show seem more balanced and stuff like that. Not saying it happens all the time, but it does happen. So if you hadn't seen it, you can see these on WGI.org. But I'm just going to read off the caption scores for Avon here.
Wow.
Just in case you're interested. Equipment analysis.
Just to make people mad.
1,000.
Not quite.
You're welcome.
Equipment analysis. Vocab 99, execution 100. Vocab 98, execution 100. Movement analysis. Vocab 97, execution 99. Vocab 99, execution 100. Now, with movement announcement, I just want to let you know they were second in vocabulary from both judges. With a 97 and a 99 respectively. Arcadia actually got a 100 in movement vocabulary from one of the judges. So that's kind of cool. Design analysis. Composition 98, execution 100. Composition 98, execution 100. General effects. Rep 100, performance 100. Rep 100, performance 100. Rep 100, performance 99. Rep 100, performance 100.
Like, that's ignorant.
It's hard enough to write down a 9 first.
On anything.
But then you got to write down a 9, a 1 and a 0 and another 0 behind it. Like, what are you saying? Like, I'd like to hear a judge's tape.
Like, it can't be said. Nothing can be said. It has to be just enjoyment on the tape.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Gotta be.
I have a hard time believing you have criticism on top of that number. Like,
Oh
where?
no, that one judge gave him a 97. They probably had a few things to say. You know,
You had 3 things to say.
you have a loose
Like,
string on the hem of your skirt. 97.
yeah, I can't deal with it. Like,
Just
Yeah. So,
not fair.
And the show was great. The show was fantastic. My favorite of the night was Arcadia. But, I mean, Avon was just fantastic. Like,
like, how do you get a group of kids to toss a piece of fabric in the air at the same time and it float down
how do you control the
and
flow?
land in their
This ain't
hands
even-
at the same time?
What-
Like,
what
not
kind
only
of-
are they tossing it at the same height, but then they're controlling gravity.
Like, what kind of
for it to
physics and
land.
manipulations do y'all have? Like, this ain't even fair.
Get out.
I almost spit out my water when you said controlling gravity.
Like,
If you haven't seen it, watch it. If we can find a video, we're probably going to do a react to it because
and then when they got to the partner work with the gold silks,
Mhm.
and then they had the fabric attaching them to each other or stretched between them. Why? They're like, this partner work's not hard enough. Let's attach you off the hip with this other piece of fabric. Okay.
And it's insane.
But people not understanding. Like, where's it at? Let me see. Go back. Like, I believe every single bit of this equipment analysis. You got kids at these ages doing behind the back catches. They working with silks, still catching under the leg. They got all these spins and tucks and tumble. I'm sitting here like, you got independent world guards struggling to do drop spins. I just don't.
Yeah, those scores are like, I mean,
because it's for real. Because if you're really just really watch the equipment, really watch, and I think what drives me to watch the work just as much is because I cut audio, and I see those nuances that go along with the lyrics.
Yeah.
And how the work actually you know, flows with the rhythms and the sounds. Like they'll pick these the staff, they'll pick anything, a ding, a, a, a word in the song, a sound from the, you know, bass if you got it,
Visual
depending on
musicality, man.
and yeah,
You hear it, you
and
see it.
and I think that's why I connected so much, and I actually watch work and stuff like it. And who was it? Somebody? Because I said it on the watch party. Somebody in the independent world had some kind of footwork with the flag on the ground. I can't remember who it was, and I was like, that was actually brilliant. That little old section, it was probably 4 counts, but little stuff like that, man. When you go back and you watch this on YouTube, because somebody got it, look for stuff like that, you know. And the way they use that floor perfectly. And I know I preached this during a watch party too about making sure the visual matches the audio. Because I've watched a lot of guards where I've had it in my head and I sat there and was like, I feel like a lot of y'all's problem is you've got all this energy happening musically and ain't nothing happening on the floor.
Yeah.
Or your drill is too slow or the work is too slow. I was like, these ain't connecting for some reason. Cause I hear all of this, but I'm not seeing none of this. So I've said that. So I'm telling you, man, and I'm a percussion guy, bro. I tell people all the time, if you want to start learning stuff, you got to get involved in these things because we can learn from each other from side to side. But that stuff makes sense now. So I take those little nuances, and the next time, hopefully, I design a new show. It's like, okay, we need to make sure this works here, or this matters here, or this is matching this, and blah blah blah.
So, congrats to all of the medalists and champions of the Winter Guard. You guys had a fantastic season, and I really enjoyed watching it. I usually phase out somewhere in the middle of it, and I didn't. I was able to watch all of it and really, really, really enjoy it. So, kudos to everybody. But we're not done. Oh no, we gotta talk perk and wins because their championships are starting tomorrow from the time you see this. Um, so just kind of go through, kind of preview some stuff. We're going to look at the wins first. In the wins division, Scholastic A, they are taking the top 9. Um, so according to highest ranking recent scores, okay, and most of these scores should be your circuit championships. I almost said conference championships. You're not the NCAA. Your circuit championships. So, and win Scholastic A. Right now, your top 5. I'm going to read off top 5. Mount Juliet, Valley Christian, Joshua, Hart County, and Ben Davis. A couple of SCGC
Okay,
groups
Hart County.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Got a Kentucky group right down the road. Shout out to my folks down at Noonan, sitting 8th right now. So they would be in the final spot. And Ohio County sitting 9th.
Mm-hmm.
They would also be in at a spot if those numbers held. So looks to be interesting up at the top. Mount Juliet's got a little battle with Valley Christian going on. So we'll see who ends out on top on that. And
You said 9?
Yeah, they're taking 9 out of the top, out of the 15 they got there.
Okay.
So, in Win Scholastic Open, you have your top. I don't know. I'll just say some stuff. Davis County sitting at top, but Catawba Ridge is right behind them. And Miamisburg is not too far behind them in your top 3. And you got Hernando, South Jones, Cornerfold, and Spring rounding out to 7. So that's going to be a nice little battle with those 3 at the top.
Mm-hmm.
See how that turns out. I saw Davis County at our circuit championships. They are on fire. It is something else down there. Win Scholastic World. Looks like Avon's going to just take it again. But Cleveland might have something to say about it. They're not too far
They ain't
behind.
gonna make it easy.
No.
I'll say that.
And then battling for third, you got Lake Hamilton and Westfield. Those two are kind of close to each other. But that Westfield score, it's been a minute. It's an old score, so they might have some stuff up their sleeves. Independent A. Were you going to say something, sir?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Independent A, you have Vortex, and then Kent City, Ithero, and Westerville. There's 4 in Independent A. I think they take all 4 of those. And Independent Open, you have Valhalla High School, Eva, so not high school, just independent group. Valhalla, which is huge. How are they still in the class? Anyway, Valhalla just looks to be running away with it. Eva,
I feel like I've seen that.
and NBI, pretty close behind in evidence as well. Chromium has an old score, so who knows? They may jump up and make a move. And then in Wins Independent World, you got Strike leading the way right now with a big number. Vaqueros behind them, also in the 90s, but over 3 points behind. LSM third, Horizon fourth, Legacy fifth, and Elevate sixth. So you might see a little bit of movement, but I would be venturing to guess whatever your top 3 is, that's going to be your top 3 on Sunday evening. Hopping over to Concert World. In Concert World, top 5 runs Ayala for some big numbers this past weekend at Circuits. Catawba Ridge second, Clover third, Cornfold in fourth, and Turnstile is sitting fifth.
They must have made some changes.
I'm not gonna say that. So you get there. They take off 5 of those. Percussion Concert Open. Your top 5. They take the top 8 in the finals. So Corona del Sol had a big weekend at their circuit championships. Grassfield at theirs. Pitt Tafford at theirs. All of those sitting 91, 90, 89 range. Timber Creek also with an 89.35, and then Cleveland with an 89.1. So that's going to be a competitive class. And I'm not saying it because our school's in it, but those are some heavy hitters. Corona del Sol is always strong. Grassfield was third last year. Penn Tafford was second last year in the open class. Timber Creek's always strong. They're not going to come from Florida just to hang out. Cleveland's had a great season. Broadneck got promoted. East got promoted. And West Claremont, who beat East and Penn Tafford at the regional, that score will be much higher, I'm sure, when it's all said and done. So, very interesting class. Looking forward to seeing them and competing against those guys. It's going to be great. Price Charter School looking like they're poised to win another title again. Big number at their regional, but Lewis Cass might have something to say about it. East Central's got a good number sitting up there. McKinney's not doing too bad. Clayton might have a little bit of work to do. And then Eagle hasn't gone to regional yet. I think there was not a regional within the 400 miles or whatever that distance is. So, but they will be at World Championships. So, it should be an interesting battle between Price Charter and Lewis Cass. Price Charter usually plays pretty clean. It's pretty entertaining, but Lewis Cass has a really interesting element going on with their show. With those instruments that looks like pots turned upside down. So I don't know. It'll be really interesting. They're only taking the top 3. For Scholastic AD. They only take the top 50%. So when Broadneck got bumped, that bumped somebody out of finals. That sucks. That kind of sucks.
I was just about to say.
But that's their rules. Here we are. So if you're in Dayton, check out the concert classes. You're going to get some good stuff. All right. Percussion Scholastic A. Top 5. String forward. Sit up top right now. Centerville second. New Milford third. Cranston fourth. That's a new name to me. And Greenfield Central sixth. Or fifth, excuse me. We got to look into Everett. Some more groups that have cracked 90. Everett, Kickapoo, Sycamore, Horizon, Owen J. Roberts. So 10 groups have all in Scholastic A going to Worlds that cracked 90. So honestly,
that can go any way almost.
Yeah. Like
that's too close.
Yeah. That's
4 points between all of them.
Yeah. I mean, your top.
It's going to take just one to say do the wrong thing.
Yeah. Your top 19 is sitting in the 88 range. So that's saying
that's ridiculous.
Glad I'm not judging.
No way. I mean, the check would be nice, but the headache afterwards. Oh Lord.
I have to like lean over to somebody next to hey,
what you give him?
What you got?
Hey,
what you think?
Hey, Meemaw, who you got in third?
This man just said Meemaw. He talking to an audience member, not even talking to another judge.
No, not another judge. Audience.
Talking to somebody's grandma.
Somebody's 4-year-old little brother. Who you got? I like them because they're blue. All right.
Gotcha.
Bet.
Pimp, bet. Hey,
gold medal.
Don't blame me.
Hey.
Don't blame me.
Like
blame little Sylvester.
Sylvester.
Moving on.
What is this, the Munsters?
Independent A, you got Matrix 3 sitting up top. Pretty good, substantial lead over there. Groove Pursuit second, Revelation third, Charlestown fourth, and Lake Effect fifth.
Groove Pursuit. What a name.
I love that name. They should win gold just because their name is cool.
Well, if they'd have promoted M3 with that 4-point gap.
Yeah. They probably should have did.
I'm going to let you finish. But Groove Pursuit has the best name of all time.
So yeah, Independent A and those groups at the tops will be fairly strong. Scholastic Open. Right now you have Norwalk sitting up top, 93.95. Trumbull, 93.945. Second, Fisher's third, 93.2. Kettering, Fairmont fourth, and Burleson fifth. But man, you got some heavy hitters behind that. Talking about the 90 Club, Zionsville, Old Bridge, Pace, Noblesville, who got promoted and sitting at 90 and open.
Get out. Get out. Get promoted and be sitting
Victor J. 10. Would you ever imagine seeing Victor J that low on a ranking?
No.
Well, it says their last out was the 17th. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, so
I ain't looking at none of this ranking because all this is
That's true.
Every bit of this is finished shift. I'm telling you.
You get head to head, man, and things change.
I promise you. Little Scholastic Open might be somebody might get security out there.
5 of the top 20 got promoted this year.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't...
You thought you was a.
I know you didn't just prepare to do it and started with your left foot.
Did you just play a flam? Is that 4 mallets in your hand? 4.
What?
Open class.
4 of them? Nah, bro.
I got to go.
Y'all got 4 marimbas.
And they all and all the keys work?
No.
No squeaky wheels. Open class.
Hell no. Hell no. Got the nerve to have rubber and stuff on it. What?
So open class is the place to be, and by the place to be, I mean like the most competitive class, and you have to work your butt off just to get it. But it should be that way. I mean, if you look at the bell curve, most people are intermediate. So you should have the most competition in the class. It honestly, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Morocco and Independent Open. That's a gap too.
They're gonna win that.
And I think
this might be true.
They're gonna get promoted at semifinals.
Boy, literally would fold.
I'd be like,
dead in the middle of worlds would
What
fold the group.
What you ain't finna do to us?
Everybody go on bus.
everybody have a bad run for semis, and then we'll put it back together on finals night.
What you ain't finna do? So,
What?
Barake sitting up top. Civitas second. I like Sim. They're kind of cool. I like them. United Progression 2, Q2, all of these 2 groups, all of them.
Like
It's every
you
bit
couldn't
of
think of nothing else.
No. But they're all close together. I mean, up to 91.6, Q2 91.3, Cap City to 90.6. So just they're all sitting there hanging out, drinking tea. Impact. Like to see some names. Vision out of Arizona. Shout out to Wardell King. Motor City, sitting all of them 89 up. Matrix Open. I like that show. It's a cool show. 8837, Texas San Antonio. I mean, look, it's so everybody is so good. Everybody's so good. You know, you're gonna have to dig deep to find some stuff. You know, now the groups that got promoted to Open, Independent Open, are not faring as well as the ones in Scholastic. Infinity 3 might be able to make a push to get in the finals in Independent.
Just the word independent is a different beast.
It is. It truly is. It's almost like it's almost like Independent Open is really in between, Scholastic World and Scholastic Open. It's like a tier in between those two. Because they can do, those top groups are doing world-class things. Just not consistently at the same rate as everybody else. But, so that's going to be a nice little battle. Scholastic World. This is going to change too. Wait a minute. I didn't see this.
I ain't either, because I just kind of clenched my whole soul. What? What just happened?
So hold on. Wait a minute. I need to do something.
No,
Hold on. Hold on,
see if I can beat you to it.
I don't know.
Just went to this.
Hold on.
I think we in the same.
Breaking news.
Need that.
Hold on. We found all of them. Every bit of sound effects. Okay, not that one. That one. Chris gonna be editing this. It's like, what is going on here?
What y'all do today?
Boy,
I'm clapping for this though.
So, okay, this is the rankings. These are the scores. You can't read too much into this except for a couple of while me and Will are kind of freaking out. All right, so Dartmouth is leading right now with a 96.65. So, I mean, they're the main group in their circuit.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pop a number. I mean, they were popping 7,000s at the first show. So,
right
here we are with that. The surprising thing, and have you put up are you looking at the recap? Okay.
Now, Ayala won their circuit, but Chino took 1.3 in penalty. So Chino would have only beat them by 95.
0.95.
Yes. So, but still.
Because
that penalty matters. Look, we just got out of the color guard with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just got out of the color guard with that. So you hate to see it, but that stuff, man, got to dot your I's and cross your T's, man, on everything. Whether it's unloading the floor, whether it's the electronics, you pick your poison. But let me tell you, here's the thing. Stuff like that is like any good win in a sports game, for the going towards the championship. That lights fire in kids. Mm-hmm. That gives them hope and saying we can actually do this. This could happen and blah, blah, blah. So stuff like that, I like stuff like that because it goes into it with good intentions, but it makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Because them top 4 on this list, even though You got Chino. Well, they got Chino and Ayala too. But I would like to actually throw in Clearbrook. Where did they go? Because I can't remember the name. Who was it? Is it Arcadia?
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, they're 10th. First of all, Bridgeland getting promoted and sitting ninth.
And sitting ninth. Yeah, that's crazy. Get out of here. But these tops,
And every group has scored in the 80s.
Get your popcorn, folks.
This is because it's like we've been saying this whole podcast, man. It's so hard to judge from circuit to actual, and then from regional to regional. It's like a lot of this could shift.
I mean, 5 through 8 are within 0.4 of each other.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I put Clearbrook in there. And I'm like, cause look, Clearbrook show is good, y'all. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I mean, Avon's not too far behind Chino. And they ain't been out since the 6th.
And you already know that they done cleaned up and probably added a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I'm here for stuff like this.
Yeah.
All the way. And honorably mentioned, I really want to see how Sparkman finished. I would like to actually see Sparkman top 5, but I like that they're in that mix.
Watching that show live, it is good. It's really good. Get use of lights. They do a lot of really cool things.
So this is cool. I would not be mad if Dartmouth did pull it off, but that's a funny show.
It is.
That's a funny show.
It is. I'd have to see the panels.
True.
Just to see how that's going to turn out. And we won't see them. I won't get that until tomorrow. So, and last but certainly not least, the middle school division.
I'm through.
Percussion Independent Middle School World.
Vista. I knew it would come to me. Vista Marietta.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So ranking wise, you have Post sitting at top, and then RCC second, and Broken City third. Of course, all those had their circuit championships.
Mm-hmm. I like that RCC push.
So that was head to head.
Hey, it was, and I like it.
And you got MCM to fourth, Infinity fifth, Rhythm X sixth, United 7. So for numbers wise, we got between Mystique and United 0.45. Talking about twit. Super twit. Matrix 8, Monarch 9, Cat City 10, Power 11, Restoration 12, Blue Knights 13, Vinderlands 14th, and Red Line 15th. So, lots of hot fire in the independent world class, especially in the middle. That 3 through 7 race.
Listen, I would like to replace some with Monarch.
I need to see it live. I'm looking forward to seeing that live because I really like it.
I need you to, I want you to, because I want you to get the full effect. I want them to be up there.
They're the ones that has the flute soloist, right?
Yes. But all this gonna change up too.
I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a different finish every night. I don't know, out of 3 through 7.
True.
Here's my shot. I'm calling my shot. You ready?
Ooh.
Oh boy.
There will be 3 different people in 3rd place each night.
Very likely.
That's nasty.
I think Broken City would. I think Broken City would do it one night, MCM one night, and Rhythm X one night. That's my shot. I think Pulse and RCC are going to be where they are. And RCC has called Pulse before.
But it's so crazy because Broken is called RCC.
Mm-hmm.
And MCM ain't seen none of them. Rhythm X, I haven't seen none of them. Sorry. MCM saw Infinity.
Yeah.
But other than that.
So.
Boy. And like I said, man, I'm sorry. Matrix is good. I like that show. I just need it to work. Please charge your batteries.
Ain't that the case all the time?
You know.
Hey, please
get some new plugs, wires, cool. Whatever you got to do. Make sure everything work. Clicking on and all. You know.
That's always the case. So yeah. So lots to look forward to this weekend. Of course, as always, not a sponsor, but you can find all of the World Championships for Percussion and Winds on Flow Marching starting Thursday morning, going all the way through Sunday evening. Percussion Championships are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Winds are Saturday and Sunday. And they are doing a rebroadcast. So if you miss some shows on Thursday, you can catch it on Friday.
How's that working right now? I didn't mean to cut you off because the rebroadcast is rebroadcasting live.
So what they do is they start it when their actual show starts.
Yeah. So
they just let it roll.
Yeah, it still has commercials and still you can't fast forward and stuff like that.
I don't like that. I liked how they had I like how you can what you said, like fast forward and stuff through it.
It's probably so people can't record
I couldn't
and stuff
because I tried to go back to see Independent A color guard and I couldn't.
It's probably to keep people from
live
screen recording and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I get all that. I just wish it still had the function. I was going to wait until actually today, but I forgot to see if it was still up. But I was just curious. I didn't know if they had changed something or what that was doing because I missed the prelims of that Independent A group, and I was trying to go back because I remember trying to go back on Saturday or Friday to see it, and I couldn't.
Gotcha. Oh, but yeah, so lots of different ways you can watch it, or you can just hop in your car and drive to Dayton and watch all the shows.
Easy.
Some people do that.
Fix it.
Let us know down in the comments below what you think. Who's your favorite? Who you going to watch? Are you going to be there? If you're going to be there, say hi to your boy. I'll be at Nutter Center Thursday and Friday. But I'll be in UD.
All them rocks.
Boy, don't remind me. Jesus. But I'll be in UD Saturday night for World Class Finals. So if you see me, come holler at me. Get a picture with me. We'll put you on Twitter. We did it last year. It's pretty cool. Some dude's like, hey, you're the on the back ash guy. I was like, yeah, I am. One of them. You want a picture? Yeah, bet. So that's pretty cool. But yeah. You can find us on Twitch. Not Twitch. God, talking. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and brain fart. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. There we go.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah.
You can also listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. I was getting there.
Lord.
Listen, my brain is not here.
I'm not even attempting to right now.
I'm trying to squeeze every tenth of this show out of this show that I can get.
No, I already know. Don't ask me how I sent you them files like that. I don't know what happened.
But anyway, so like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We'll probably be, as the season closes, we'll probably start lining up some reacts to this past season's show. So like, if you got some, put them down in the comments below. That way we can watch them and get you in the queue. Hey, we can get you some shows because there's plenty to watch. I know, and we want to get you as many of them as we can to fill up that time frame between now and when DCI gets started. And I also think we're going to get something lined up to where we can get some guard folks on, and they can talk about their experience with WGI, and I think some of them went to World Championships, so we can talk to them about being there in the atmosphere, because guard crowds are hype. Hype. I
just be yelling stuff. Nobody knows what it is. They just yell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't say that. I'm pretty sure just the amount of screaming that happened after Vox Artium was ridiculous.
I told you I was coming.
Like, just absolutely.
Like, they gonna go nuts.
Ridiculous.
And old girl was in character until she got out the tunnel.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, they are folding the floor behind you. Move. She's still just looking at him.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
I think somebody that was there said that the crowd went feral. So leave that where it is. You know, and that's what it's about, man. WGI is about creating memories and just living your best life for the 6 to 8 minutes that you're out there on that floor, just giving everything you got. So kudos to anybody, color guard, percussion, or winds who's gone through the process. As cliche as it may sound, you are all winners. Just to be on that floor, just to get to that point, it's a pretty cool feeling. So enjoy it, soak it up, and do all of the things. I know my kids, they're making bracelets because apparently that's going to be a thing this year, is people trading bracelets from where they're from. So our kids are getting some bracelets ready because that's our kids. We're social butterflies. We want to meet and talk to everybody. I'm like, hey, you're competing against them, but I love them. You don't know them. That's fine. Go love them. But,
I mean, they just 20 point at you, but go ahead.
Yeah, I hope we don't get 20 points. Good Lord.
Yeah, right.
I like to be in the mix. Be nice. But anyway. All right. So, guys, you got anything else?
Oh.
All right.
May your rolls be clean.
Yeah.
May your spaces be in tune.
Please, Jesus.
May you not drop your cymbals. And
Can your electronics please work?
Oh, yes. That's
part.
the prayer.
Jesus,
That
that is holy.
Check every chord, every port.
Work perfectly.
Bring
Check
3 backup iPads.
Listen.
3.
When you get out of warm-ups, check it when you get down the ramp, check it when you get in the tunnel.
Check it again during the show.
During the show, just stop the show and go down there and check it.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait a second.
Pause.
This is still working.
Mallet station. Let me get a scale real quick. We're good.
Okay.
Resume.
In the
Thank
podcast.
you.
In the podcast.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, everybody enjoy yourself. Play well. Looking forward to seeing everybody this weekend. It's a family reunion. You know, no better place to be. No better place to be. So,
Yeah,
for me, Zach, and Will, and Chris, who is, I think he is in South Africa hunting penguins.
Oh, yes.
This has been another episode of On the Back Hash.
Not
Take care of each
penguins.
other. Good luck. Good skill to everybody. And we are out. Cut.
That out.
Ooh, cha.